Welcome to the podcast, guys. This is the third episode of our podcast. We have three guests in here. You guys can introduce each other.
My name is Zaid.
I'm Ali.
Yeah, my name is Boran.
Yeah, guys, let's talk about what you do. We're all in Toronto. Besides, where you're studying, what are you doing? What's your majors? What's your goals? Yeah, let's just start with Boran.
So I study industrial engineering, and that's actually basically what I do in Toronto. That's the only thing I do right now.
I see. Yeah, no life engineer. Okay.
Yeah.
How's Ali?
Life engineering.
What the hell is life engineering?
I'd say I'm in architecture in my third year. Trying to live out here in Toronto. Besides that, I'm kinda into making my own art, which is kinda one thing I would say to describe myself, I guess.
If you want, we can also show your art in our podcast as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
While Zaid introduces, you can get Dart if you want.
Yeah, let me.
Also, yeah, Zaid.
Absolutely. I've seen Ali's art. It's
Yeah.
impressive. He
stuff.
hand painted a Spotify QR code.
Spotify QR code.
Yeah, it's incredible. Man's got talent. So my name is Zaid. I do architecture along with Ali. It's been an interesting journey in Toronto so far. But yeah, we were talking about your field earlier today. Neuroscience.
Our viewers and subscribers already know what we do.
Right.
What basically we're doing in Toronto and all of that stuff. Like, they don't know which university we go to, and we don't want to specify that again. But they know what majors we're doing, what our goals, all of that. We talked about it in the first episode of our podcast, basically. Yeah.
But do you think keeping that information away from people is gonna help you at all in the age of doxing and shit?
What do you mean?
How hard it is to find you?
Well, it is pretty easy, not gonna lie. If they search from LinkedIn, they'll probably find it real quick.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, but we just want to not specify on our podcast.
Yeah, we're going to specify in one
You're
year.
gonna make it harder.
Yeah,
not the easiest.
No, actually, we're thinking, we have our, local, friends right now that's watching the podcast. It's just the third episode right now.
Yeah.
And, when it probably, or if hopefully it grows one day, we're going to be probably, graduated from university. At that point, we're also going to share. Right now, we're just trying to finish our last years.
Right.
And, just have a smooth transition from basically graduation to the job life, I see.
Right.
I also think that not telling where you study kind of brings a sense of comfort to your little community that's only starting to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, it's a little comforting privacy, I guess.
I mean, I don't know, it gives anonymity, and it gives people would be, I would say people would be interested and intrigued. They would think oh, which university did they go to? I'm just intrigued, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that mystery kind of thing.
Yeah, if they're so curious, they can share. It's like a 5-minute search. They will.
Yeah, literally.
It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
But if they're that interested, they can also subscribe to the channel and like the video. We would appreciate.
Yeah, guys,
that.
please and subscribe.
Smash that like button.
Smash it. You know what I mean? Okay. Now let's talk about let's start with our architectures. Why did you decide on taking this path? What do you like about architecture, and what are your plans going on forward in this field?
God damn, you wanna hear the whole story?
Of course, we have
This is
time.
a podcast, bro.
Of course. That's what we do.
Alright. So why architecture? I guess I would start with that. Since I was a kid, I was really into arts, and I was always selecting the visual art courses and all that. And when it was about time to try to think what I'm gonna do in the future, what I'm gonna study in the university, I always thought about choosing something art related. And I went to my dad. I was okay, I want to do something art related. What do I do? What options do I have? You're the guy with the experience. Tell me what's up. And he was like, well, if you want to do your own art and then sell paintings and shit, you ain't gonna make it. That's not gonna work. So it was like, it's hard to earn your money by just doing paintings and all.
Yeah.
I would say doing that as a hobby would be more of a better option. That's what he said. And then what he said after was architecture.
Mm-hmm.
And I really got into it. Then I like looked it up, searched it all. I started going to a studio where I was preparing for my portfolio and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got into UFD. It just happened, bro. It all seems a little too fast.
Yeah.
But like, I like it here. It's my third year studying architecture after all. And especially last year, like, we did lots of models and drawings and all that stuff. It was really fun.
Yeah, Zaid, what's up to you? How do you like it in architecture?
Ali has interesting points about architecture and art, right? Like that's, I think, the essence of what distinguishes us from everybody else. It's like a friend of mine a long time told me that there's a difference between architecture and construction. You know, you can have like, I don't know, some building and a roof and a couple of windows and a couple of doors, and that's construction.
Yeah.
But what we do in architecture that's different, and why would anyone go to an architect, is because we do something close to the idea of art. It's like art can express itself in multiple mediums. You can visually look at it, like Ali does here. You can participate in it, in some sort of art participation stuff. You can observe it, you can feel it sometimes, and with architecture you can live it. You know, architects can facilitate such environments that you get to see beauty through their eyes. It's like an expression of art through construction.
Yeah.
So that to me is really interesting, and we've seen interesting projects around the school as well. Like just the other day we were talking about how incredible the architectural field has come to, and the emotions that it gets to evoke on the people that go through these spaces.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's never been done before,
Mm-hmm.
the way it's being done right now, so it's interesting.
Yeah, so I have a question to ask, just because, like, you know how your dad said, like, it's hard to sell your own paintings and your art, yeah?
Yeah.
But now, like, in our day and age, it's really hard to basically, like, paint and sell your own painting. But what people do is they create AI-generated art. Like, we have a really good example in Turkey, like a Turkish artist called Refik Anadol.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
I probably you guys know him, and he is pretty good. Like, his AI generated art is really good. His illusions and all of that. So, like, what do you guys think about AI generated art?
Dude, it's insane. Like AI, it's a crazy topic, bro. Like I don't know, you just put in some words and then it makes art.
Yeah.
What is this, bro? Like, why am I grinding my ass off all day trying to paint some shit when I can just type in a few words and then get a painting? Well, like, some stuff they do, it's crazy, man. Like, I follow a guy on Instagram and he does these, like, architecture drawings from AI.
Yeah.
And then he makes these like a smooth transition from one picture to another.
Yeah.
So like it's like a continuous motion where like architecture changes as you watch the video.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. And this guy has been doing this for like, I don't know, months, years maybe. And he, like, all he does is just change a few words and then you get something else.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
And Zaid, what do you think about AI art?
Man, I don't know. It really depends on who you ask, right? I'm currently entertaining all possibilities and answers.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is going to become like a limitation, or is it going to excel us further?
I think it will be like a limitation. Like it's definitely an improvement for the world, but like it's from which perspective you look from. Like from a job perspective, like high skilled workers were like the highest basically paid over the last 100 years basically, but that's dying with the AI's improvements, because AI is basically attacking every job that is on the market. Like you could argue that maybe engineers wouldn't be affected, but that's also a big question mark, because like you can give the argument that AI is being generated by engineers, but the argument is going to be AI is also going to start generating itself after a point, because it's going to be self-developed, self-sustained and self-improvement. And like I heard that Like Google also is like improving some AI software that also has like emotions now, and like that's scary, man. What do you think about like ChatGPT's increasing in famous popularity?
Is this the start of the age of robots?
Let's ask our engineer. Here we go, Boran. What do you say?
It's so scary, like the improvement that it gets like in such a short time. Like I feel like it's gonna make me jobless in the future. It's so scary. And like I think like a new ChatGPT version is going to come around like a month or so. So like I don't know how much they're gonna improve it, but like if they keep on updating it on this like short amounts of time, it's gonna get super scary super quick. So,
I feel like we're way at the beginning stages. I feel like in the grand scheme of evolution, we're still the monkeys looking at fire. You know, what is this? What is this? And once we grasp that fire and AI becomes like part of our tool case per se, then I don't know how far we'll go. You know?
Because like as engineers, you guys do coding all the time, right? Like engineering is basically like coding and like doing SolidWorks and all of that, right?
Like in my major, like we don't do like any of the SolidWorks or AutoCAD stuff like that, but most of our courses include coding, and like ChatGPT is able to like generate like the 90% of the idea if you like give the correct inputs for it.
And that sounds really scary, not gonna lie.
That's crazy.
Because like when you think about it, like everybody's jobs, like everyone's is like in danger right now because of the AI.
Like when you think about it, like 80% or 85% of the population isn't like high skilled workers. Let's in a hypothetical scenario say that we are fine. Like people that graduated from good universities, good majors, okay, they're doing fine. But what will happen to the other 85%? What will happen to the 5-6 billion of people that are only doing basically blue collar jobs? And like what will happen? Like that's scary. How are those people are going to be funded? Is the government going to help them? Like these are all scary questions that AI is raising, and I actually don't have any solutions or ideas or where we going.
I can pitch in a little bit here. I thought about this a long time, and this is an idea that Naval talked about a long time ago. It's essentially, if you look at evolution and history, every technology that came in alleviated the pressure off of human beings in some form or the other. Like, for instance, it used to be a time that you had to dedicate a person in your family to go to the well to get water and come back. Right? What a nasty thing to dedicate your time and efforts to. And now, if you go to India, till date, there's a place called Dharavi, where essentially you have like this entire village that half of Mumbai's laundry comes to this tiny village, and all they do is clean. Like it's a village for cleaning. You could replace that entire village with 2 stores of washing machines, 40 washing machines, and you'd be done with it. You know what I mean? So the idea is, yes, technology can alleviate all these things that we do. So with AI, you can only imagine all these things that are going to go away, but that's not necessarily to say it's going to be bad. Humans are going to have more time to do something else.
I have one question about that argument. I'm just curious, like, from when we look at it from a historical context and perspective, like all of the technologies that were ever created was controlled by humans. That's the main argument. Like the main problem that AI is generating right now is, are we able to control it in the long run, or are we going to lose the control and it's going to expand very quickly and very rapidly? What do you think about that?
Well, it's still, you have to think about a very simple question. Like AI is still very much rooted in a dimension different than ours. Like we live in an objective world. There's air, there's temperature, there's water, there's life. You know, there's an objective reality to us. AI is still in another dimension per se. It's like it exists in a server. I can unplug a server.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, like
it's right now it's servers, but then it could be the whole globalized world basically. Right now we can unplug it, I know. Like closing ChatGPT, that's easy. Like you shut down the servers, it's done. But what happens 20 years later? That's like, of course, it's not a problem. Like, but when we see it like we're probably going to be the last generation that is going to be graduated by like putting our real work in. What do I mean? Because like when you think about it, in let's say like not 5 years, in 2-3 years, AI is going to come to a place that is very advanced, that everybody in universities are going to do their basically work to the AI, and this is really hard to trace. And like also universities are also going to be affected by this, because how are you going to give someone proper education when they know that they can plagiarize and they wouldn't get caught? Of course, I think like they're also developing cheat engines to like capture these, but I don't know, it's scary. Like I think if it's not controlled in a like great manner, it could cause really disastrous stuff. But maybe we're over exaggerating, I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
Ali, just to interrupt, I don't think that's necessarily true, because what you're saying right now is currently rooted in a model. Like what you're saying is like work output is going to be turned from ChatGPT, right?
No, not ChatGPT. It could be like an alternative.
AI, yes. So the idea is a human being is going to rely on a source that will do the work for the human being.
Yes.
Right? So that means like if you go to school and you do the work through the AI, you essentially cheated. So you're going to graduate through school, but you cheated, so you don't really know anything. You're relying on an external source, right? Okay. But at the end of the day, you cheated, so you don't know anything. So what that will mean in 20 years' time, a college degree doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Because it's likely that you cheated. So what will happen is we'll move to another model of people that can do or people that cannot do.
What do you think that model is going to be?
Competence. How competent are you? I'll give you a task. I don't care if you do it by hand. I don't care if you do it through AI. If you can do it, you get the job.
Well, like the thing is, like doing it through AI is basically not doing it in the first
because
place,
that kills all high-skilled labor, basically. Like,
Exactly.
what's going to...
if it gets the job done, like, it
Yeah,
shouldn't matter.
but you, as an engineer, like, do you think about like what will be the difference between an engineer, a good university engineer, and like basically an Uber driver at that point, if both of them could create the same output from using the AI?
The thing is, like, they won't be able to create the same output because like they don't know how to give the proper input. Like in ChatGPT, for example, like you sometimes have to feed ChatGPT some information, and like you should like give some of the theories of it. So like it's gonna come down to like if you know how to use AI generated models or not.
Then you say it's basically then like degrees still going to have like little weight. Okay, that's
Well, like
you were saying something.
I guess, I was thinking that, you know, this could all go sideways and stuff, but I feel like the government, or at least if we're talking about ChatGPT's use in school, then the schools would like kind of start acting up at some point, you know? They wouldn't let this go all sideways, I guess.
Imagine if TA started using ChatGPT to grade us.
Yeah,
that would just be essentially bots for ChatGPT.
Well, I would pretty much get the same grade in every assignment, as I do every essays the same way.
Hey man, the feedback's gonna be long.
Yeah, but like, so you guys' argument is like the AI cannot improve itself without like human input, right? That's what you guys are arguing for.
I mean, if there's the argument that it's gonna essentially become sentient and improve itself and move its own.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about, because like there would be a point where AI is like so advanced that it could.
And that's not a long time.
Like it could think about it for itself. You know what I mean? So it could get the theories from itself, you know, like learning from the internet and all of that, because like everything is basically on the internet.
Like, that's basically how like chess engines work, for example, because like they improve over time because they learn from every mistake they do. Like they load the games to chess engines basically, and every time they lose, they upload that to the system and it doesn't do the mistakes that it did in the earlier game. And like there's like 1.5 million games, let's say hypothetically, downloaded. And that's basically AI's has the same process, but like in a very advanced perspective. Like,
I have a question about intelligence, and you probably could weigh in on this. Does AI have general intelligence, or is it just a huge collection of data that it remixes into something new?
Wait, can you say it again?
Like general intelligence, does it have general intelligence, or does it just base its current intelligence on a large collection of previously generated data?
I would say currently it's the previously generated data.
Right. Yeah.
Currently, though.
Okay.
Because like the AI currently doesn't know how to think for itself.
Right.
All of the people are inputting those previous data to the AI
Actually,
in order to improve.
I think Boran, correct me if I'm wrong. I think a basic difference between an AI and an algorithm is an algorithm is basically the input of other people and moves according to that. But AI actually learns from the mistakes and improves it. Am I wrong?
Like algorithm is basically like a function that
a function
output.
input times output. But AI learns right from the mistakes that it does.
Yeah, basically it does. Yeah,
But it still is multiple functions. It learns
multiple functions that advance itself with time, right?
into more functions.
yeah,
Yes.
it differs from type to type. It's basically like that. Yeah.
And I suppose it learns from the mistakes and then rewrites it.
And that creates a more advanced function at the end of the day, I think. Yeah.
Like many of the models can learn on their own. Like it generates a case, then solves the case, and like moves on.
Oh.
Like it can improve. Like if you like run it and make it sort of runs it for a long time, like it improves it a lot.
Then you can put a very basic input function, and it could create a monster in like 1-2 years, basically. Not like in a longer timeline.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, honestly, we've been watching these films of robots attacking like all of this
Bro,
for how many years, bro?
Yeah, I know.
Like, I just wonder when it's actually gonna happen.
Hopefully we don't see it.
I mean, yeah, like
Terminator, like
iRobot.
If you talk about this, people often associate the one that's gonna make the attack is gonna be AI.
Yeah.
I really don't think that's likely. I think what's really likely is that Boston Dynamics creates those robots, and some bored billionaire buys 1,000.
Elon Musk.
Bored billionaire. The people that join the Bored Ape Club. They seem like the type, billionaires with money to spend. If they want to get their thrills on, and I'm just putting this idea in the universe, take those robots, strap a couple of I don't know,
AIs.
AI reporting system, and some sort of damage, whatever that they choose to do, and unleash them into the world.
Bro, that would be insane.
Yeah,
that would be literally like a takeover of robots, bro.
It's doable.
It is doable, like
today.
Yeah, like because like when you think about it, the AI is like really high level right now, and the Boston Dynamic robots are like I saw a couple of videos. It can do insane movements, like backflips, like doing parkours and all of that. So
these the robots that look like a dog with.
I mean,
there are also human forms that throw shit and around, like they jump, they do like backflips and stuff.
Damn.
Some super soldiers.
At first, I thought that was like CGI when I first saw that. That's real, right? Damn, bro.
Honestly, they look funky.
They look funky, right?
They look like I could bully them.
Yeah.
But I know they wouldn't work.
Like if you push them, they'll fall.
Oh, you idiot! Balance yourself.
Yeah, but
that doesn't happen.
Whoops.
Yeah, but like that is the current technology. What about like 50 years later? What about the like robots 50 years later? Imagine it would look like.
What about 200, 300 years later?
Yeah.
You know what? I would still think of it like people then would think of robot caused violence as like we think of like car accidents.
Explain.
Okay. So imagine you live in 19 whatever where cars didn't exist. You had to go on a horse, yeah? And then a car comes along like a Tesla and it goes like from here to there in like 1 second. Okay? Like a different timeline.
Yeah.
And then if the Tesla just leaves the scene and the guy who rode the Tesla dies, you'd think the Tesla killed it, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
But in today's day and age, if you see a car crash tomorrow, you think it's the guy's fault. So fast forward 50 years from now, if a robot kills a guy by accident, you'd be like, oh, okay. It's just a car crash.
You mean like as time passes?
Yeah, you'd become
the machine
desensitized to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the machine lagged. It's okay. He lost his life. So what? Tragic.
Well, like back in the time when if you fell off a horse. Like,
it's okay. You wouldn't kill the horse. You know what I mean? You wouldn't stop riding a horse.
Yeah.
It gets more complicated, like day by day, I guess.
I don't know, man. I don't know. What was that Love, Death and Robots TV show?
Oh yeah.
It's the cleaner robot.
Yeah.
It's okay. It malfunctioned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane. It's insane to think about it, really.
Oh, that's a crazy TV series right there.
I'd like to meet those makers.
Did you guys watch it?
Yeah.
Not all of it, but I watched.
I watched
most
Black
of it.
Mirror. I didn't watch Love, Sex and Robots. Yeah.
Well, both of them are really good, but the Love. Wait, what was it called?
Love, Death,
Love,
Robots.
Death and
Love,
Robots,
Sex
yeah.
and Love. I thought
Love,
Love, Sex. Always the mind.
Bro, you gotta chill.
Bro, you know.
That one's really good though. Like each episode is different, and it's like animations, different types of animations.
Yeah, I have also heard that every episode is directed by a different director.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is why like each episode does not look like each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the animation type is different, like the topics and like the tones and themes are all different.
Yeah.
You know, this is what happens when you give creative agency to people.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own production and a language to speak.
Yeah.
And it's incredible.
You just gotta give them the opportunity.
Yeah.
So
Do you have any favorite TV shows that you're watching right now? And like any
Right
platforms? Yeah.
Honestly, I'm rewatching Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Breaking Bad?
It's a classic, bro.
Yeah.
Goated.
Yeah.
Cenk actually didn't watch Breaking Bad. And
Yeah, even though like I'm majoring in biochemistry, I never watched it.
Dude.
Like,
Yeah.
No,
None
you
of the
have to.
episodes.
you should start.
But it's because like one of my friends said like, oh, there's an episode where Walter White and Jesse just tries to like capture a fly in their laboratory for the whole episode, and I was like, what? I'm not watching that. What do you mean? Like,
That episode was
One of the
actually fun.
funniest
Yeah,
episodes.
I actually liked that episode.
Yeah? I don't know, like because like he said it's so dull that it sounded like it's boring.
Breaking
to watch.
Bad is maybe if somebody's saying dull because it's very realistic in my opinion because like it doesn't over exaggerates
The
anything.
way they capture the lives, like the action, it seems so natural.
Natural.
You know? You can relate to it.
Yes.
Yeah, but like, it's
It's not like John Wick, like
Yeah.
a person goes in and kills like 250 people.
It's
By a
way
pencil.
more than that, though.
An action film is always like on 10, 10, 10.
Yes.
This
Yeah?
one goes up and down. Today's a boring day. I'm not gonna do anything.
Oh,
I'm gonna fly.
yeah.
You know, tomorrow I'm gonna run away from a cartel.
Yeah. I understand. I don't know. Like, I should definitely watch it. It's in like my watch lists, but like, I never had the time to watch it. I mean, I could have committed in the summer, but like during summer, like, actually Ali and Khan, like three of us were in the same place, so like it was a crazy summer.
Yeah.
So like we basically didn't have the time to watch it, but like.
You gotta watch these stuff during school.
I mean,
that's what's
Better use of time.
You don't have time in summer.
Yeah,
Also,
I don't
fair
know.
enough. If that's your case, then you're not missing out. I'd rather you enjoy the summer outside.
Yeah, but like I'm thinking about if like the stuff that that is taking place inside the TV show, because like it's about chemistry and all of that, right? Would it like actually help me doing some stuff? You know what I mean?
I mean, they don't really get down into all the. Like,
What do you mean by that?
Nah, I'm not
What
like.
do you mean by that? Are you going to cook something?
If you wanted to learn about chemistry, that's the wrong class.
Yeah, but
No, I'm already learning about chemistry and all of that, but like I'm just wondering if like because like we're also doing like recrystallizations in the chemistry lab. It's not like recrystallization of a drug, but like it's like I can't say it. What the hell?
recrystallization.
Exactly, recrystallization of a like a alcohol or something like that.
What does that do?
It's basically like having something liquid turn into like a crystal form.
Right.
So it basically looks like clear crystal that is like so small, and it's like it basically literally looks like a drug. You know what I mean? And you guys probably know which drug that I'm talking about. It literally looks like that, but it's different.
So apart from like amphetamines, what other applications are there for crystallization?
I mean, like the apparatus that we use.
Yeah.
Ketamine.
No.
Yeah, it's a term.
Yeah, well, like no, like the lab environment is like so different because like each person, when we do a lab, they have a fume hood, and like fume hood is basically like a box that you use. Like the apparatus is inside that fume hood because like if something explodes, that box, like there's a protective layer on it that protects from the explosion. I don't know how much it protects because like if something explodes inside a fume hood, you're probably dead. You know what I mean?
My question wasn't about the apparatus. It was like, what do you do? Like, what can you do with crystallization?
I mean, you know, like.
Besides that,
I'm asking you, what did you crystallize? You're not.
I mean, yeah. Besides that, you can like people use crystallizations to like, I don't know, like purify the solution from something or like turn a liquid to a solid form. Like it's not like that important stuff that chemists do.
Walter White's was 98% pure. I remember.
Yeah. I actually saw that clip. It's insane. Like the cook, right? The cook goes insane. Like, oh, this guy has 98% purity. What the hell? And mine is only like 96.
Imagine James watches Breaking Bad, and then like after a few months, we see him like renting a penthouse and shit.
Yo, what are you doing? Nah, bro, I'm just working, you know.
Well, you even didn't graduate. What's going on? I'm working.
I dropped out. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, what other TV shows that you guys watch?
Yeah, what's like give us like top 3 each of you guys. What do you say?
Like top 3 all time?
Yeah, all time.
There's no way I can give a top 3 all time right
Dude,
now.
really?
I have to think about it.
Okay,
like all 3 of us, we have The Office in common. No?
Yeah, fair.
The
I don't have
Office?
The Office.
Oh, you don't?
I don't have The Office, yeah.
I understand.
Yeah,
Well, like, The Office,
is 1-0.
yeah, The Office probably top 3. It's I don't know. It's dorky. It's fun. It's like you find comfort within it.
What is it about? Because I also didn't watch The Office.
I mean, as you can understand, it's like an office setting, and it's like pretty much their daily lives during the week, and like each character is so unique, so different.
Yeah.
They all have different inputs into the story, and most of them are a little off the hook, I guess. So that's why it's like really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
There are like a little love stories happening too.
Yeah, what was the guy? It's like I know Dwight. I know Dwight is a dumb one, right?
Yeah, Dwight is
a weird one.
Dwight is a suck up. He's suck up. Like he's trying to do whatever Michael wants.
Wait, is Dwight the guy who has glasses?
The glasses.
Yeah. That character is funny, bro.
I think Michael is the best one.
Michael's the boss, right?
I know Michael's the boss.
He's pretty funny.
He's pretty funny.
The thing is, they all act childish. That's why it's funny.
Yeah, but like, what do they do? Like, each episode is different, right?
It's a paper company. They produce paper, and everything about the company is like very dull. Like everything, the characters, like the company is basically a paper company. What could it be special?
Yeah,
you produce paper and sell paper, but the characters and the work environment, because like they never work. Basically, they work, but like actually. They're like very bad workers. Like there's like a couple of guys that are working, but besides that, like it's basically a shit show. That's why like it's the dynamics between characters, and like Michael is the boss, but he's definitely not the capabilities of a boss. Like he's funny. He's a little insecure guy, I think, about some specific. Sometimes.
I've seen his.
I watched one season, and
you just watched one season.
One?
Yeah.
And you watched one and then stopped?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Well, it became repetitive, I think, at that. Well, I understand.
The idea,
the season 1 is a little slow. You gotta give them time to build the chemistry.
Like I watched, like, do we consider? It's not. Is it a sitcom? No, it's not a sitcom. No.
I think it is.
Yeah, it is a sitcom.
I finished Friends and How I Met Your Mother. That's it. I think.
I like those a lot.
Honestly, I've watched Friends 4 times. I've watched How I Met Your Mother 8 times. But
8?
Damn,
dude.
Yeah. But How I Met Your Mother is better than Friends. I'm one of those people.
I agree.
Me too.
Yeah, that's same, bro. Everybody's agreeing with that.
Friends is just
Friends is overrated, man.
Yeah,
it's not that overrated.
No, it's top tier.
No,
it's both of them are S tier, but we give it to How I Met Your Mother.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's because like Friends for me is like too old. You know what I mean? Like the visuals and all of that. It's just like not.
Actually, when you think about it, isn't it like 4 or 5 years separated? Like.
I think it's a bit more than that. Like.
Yeah, I mean, you can check.
I'm going from the last season of Friends to How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, okay. Like
Oh,
10 years maybe. Like.
I think last season of Friends was like in 2003, if I'm not wrong. I need to check.
But
And How I Met Your Mother 2005, 2006. I don't know. I think like that.
So okay, so Friends finished at like May 2004.
Oh, close.
And let me check How I Met Your Mother. And How I Met Your Mother started at 2005.
It's
So
like
it's
1 year.
basically 1 year.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's actually like I don't know why is it like that, but that was the last season of Friends. Basically, it started at 1994.
Yeah,
That's
1994.
why.
Yeah.
It has the old and take out Jennifer Aniston. I'm not watching that shit.
I don't know. Like the old vibe is kind of nice too.
Yes.
Like I find myself being the most comfortable while watching sitcoms.
Did you watch that 70s show?
Yeah.
No,
I like that a lot.
That's
very,
good too?
yeah, it's a very good one. That's
I
very
watched
old too.
I watch Sex and That, which is
Sex and That. All of our Turkish fans would know that.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That is a
like
funny one, not gonna lie.
old Turkish TV series idea, I guess.
Yeah, but like, what about top three? Like the top three. Give me a top three.
Dude, let me think. The Office for sure.
Okay.
Bro, if we're counting animations, I would definitely put in The Simpsons.
You love The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I love The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go with Breaking Bad because I can't really think of anything else
Yeah.
right now, and it's my second time watching it, so why not? Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
That makes sense.
What about you?
Yeah, you?
Oh man, these are not favorites, just things that I'm thinking of right now. Midnight Gospel is a very interesting show on Netflix. Everybody should watch it. What else? See, that's the one I was thinking.
Yeah. You're on the spot.
Yeah, I'm definitely Game of Thrones is up there.
Yeah,
Apart
I
from
would
the
say that. I
ending,
would say
It's
that.
definitely up
Dude, I
there.
haven't watched
I watched 2 seasons and I also started. Like, I don't know, I finished when, like, I don't want to give spoilers, a very major character died.
Right.
Jon
Which
Snow?
one?
No, like,
Jon Snow died.
like he was a fan favorite
The
character.
Red
Oh.
Wedding.
Rob Stark.
Yeah, Rob Stark, it's Rob Stark.
Oh, right,
yeah.
right.
And that's
Yeah.
when I stopped as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah?
stopped.
Yeah.
Because Rob Stark was the GOAT, man. Like, why did they kill them, man?
Yeah,
It
no,
was so good.
He's gonna start crying.
You know what? That moment when they killed off Rob Stark made Game of Thrones great, or had
Yeah.
the potential, because they had another character, Lupin, and it was like hope in the air.
Who, Jon Snow? Is
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they did it really well.
Yeah, I would say that as well. Yeah, and like the guy who played the villain, what was his name? Like
Joffrey?
yeah, Jeff
Joffrey.
Joffrey, yeah,
I don't
Joffrey.
know.
His acting is so good that most of the people in the world literally hated him. In the
Yeah, everyone was hating that kid. I want to kill him. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Such a
yeah.
brat, like,
It's
I was
insane.
smirking.
Honestly, so underrated. Whatever happened to that guy? Just
I
disappeared.
don't even know.
He's still very young though. Like,
You know what? You're so right. I hated him so much. I
Yeah.
didn't even give him credit for his acting.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. It's insane. Like
Shit.
Yeah.
his acting is so good that everybody hated him
Like it's,
for a long time.
it's so weird to associate someone with like the
Yeah.
acting, you know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes when I watch like I can't think of Adam Sandler being like a
did you watch the
Normal
wall?
guy.
ass guy, you know?
Yeah.
He should be really fun and like
Yeah.
easy going and all.
Yeah.
Did any of you watch The Walking Dead?
I didn't
Yeah,
finish
I
it,
still
but
wanna-
like I watched.
Do you know
the first-
Negan?
Yeah, I know Negan.
Like, Negan is one of those characters. You hate him. Like when you.
I don't hate Negan.
No?
He's such a badass. that
No,
I
no.
actually
In the
like
Glenn episode though, in the first
him.
episode,
in the
you
first
meet him.
episode, yeah.
Whoa, that acting! Like I was going to kill. Like I was going to destroy my
Yeah.
iPad while I was watching that.
Bro, didn't he kill Glenn with a baseball?
Yes.
Yeah.
In front.
Blue seal.
Yeah,
like-
in front of his wife, basically.
Yeah?
Yes.
Wait, was she pregnant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, what the hell?
That's
is
so
But, like, that
traumatic.
episode was so unexpected as well. Like it just happened out of nowhere. And
They,
I also like watched The Walking Dead, but like I think I stopped the part where they had the mayor
that's like season 3.
with the
Yeah.
iPad,
Yeah,
eye
yeah.
patch, you know.
The governor.
Oh,
The
sorry, the governor. Yeah.
That's season 3, something like that.
you should watch the parts with Negan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
such a badass.
But which season is he in?
Like
think
I
eight.
finished at season 7. I think
Seven.
I think he comes at season 6 episode, like final of season 6.
Okay.
And I watched 7 and I could, like after Glenn died, I couldn't watch more. When my like favorite characters die, I don't want to watch it, bro. No, there's no meaning.
I I know, I get more curious, like, what's gonna happen? The main character is gone.
Yeah.
What else you got?
But
Yeah.
I heard it like it bad, like it finished very like dull, like Rick basically went missing and stuff, and like
Yeah, I didn't finish it, but like
I read it, I didn't finish
Like,
it. It's
you
like
read it?
12 seasons because
Yeah.
bro, it's too long. I don't have that time.
in the last episode that I watched, like they took Rick on a helicopter and like
Yes,
that was it.
Bro, like,
I had no idea. Like
I think that's the ending.
That's not the ending though. I think there's some stuff going afterwards. I think
Oh.
like Negan becomes the main character, I guess.
Oh damn.
Negan becomes the main character.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it. Like
Okay. Yeah, but like, I don't know, like, isn't Rick the guy who has like a pistol and has an unlimited ammo, bro? Like, my man only uses.
No, he has
like,
actually a revolver.
handgun.
A revolver.
Yeah.
Revolver.
My man only uses like 6 ammo revolver, bro. And like, it doesn't even finish. It's insane.
That's mainly every like main character ever.
yeah.
They have unlimited ammo. It's
You
not.
should
Yeah.
watch Bollywood movies, man.
Yeah? Bro, I've seen some clips, bro.
Bro,
I've seen like,
those Bollywood characters are like more strong than Chris Bumstead, bro. Like
Yeah,
they're
man.
throwing cars and shit around, bro.
What is gravity to them, man?
Yeah, what's gravity?
Doesn't
They're
exist.
flying.
bro, I've seen like a famous clip. A friend of us showed me. Like, there's a guy, a police, I think, like,
Yeah.
literally kills people with a banana, bro.
Yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's insane, you know, like when you think about it.
There's one where a guy jumps from one building to another, from roof to roof,
And the
there's, like,
plane.
yeah,
It jumps from a building to the plane, bro.
Krish, the guy who's wearing all black?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I don't know. What is your top 3?
Vikings, Peaky Blinders,
Vikings, yeah,
Breaking Bad.
Peaky, fuck.
Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, I forgot
Vikings,
about
Blinders,
Peaky
yeah,
Blinders, and,
dude.
yeah, Breaking
Yeah, I forgot about Peaky.
And what's my third? I'll go with Suits.
Suits?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
go with Suits.
Okay, so I would say, like, the first... It's because, like, I watched it 3 times, and, like, it's the only TV series that I watched it more than twice, you know what I mean? Like, that is, like, How I Met Your Mother. And then I would put Peaky.
Okay.
And then on the third, I would put Game of Thrones, probably. I don't know, like...
Solid list. Solid
Yeah.
list.
I don't know, bro. Yeah. So, when we were, when me and Khan were, like, thinking about ideas to talk about in the podcast, we came up with a question where, I mean, I think all of you 3 can answer, because, like, engineering is also in it, you know what I mean? What kind of buildings or, like, structures that you guys like? Is it, like, old-fashioned or, like, more
Classical
high-tech?
or modern, basically, like as architectures and engineers. What do you think? And like, if you want to like give some examples from Toronto too, like
Yeah, bro. The thing is, it doesn't end with classic or modern.
yeah, we're not like
I mean, yeah, we are
right
not
as you guys about the
Yeah.
topic. That's why please enlighten us.
I don't know, there's so many different types, but like, even earlier today we were talking with Zaid. There's this building, 110 Charles. We were just looking at it, and it's like a classic skyscraper type of unit apartment you would see in Toronto.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's got like different elements, like parts, like small squares that are like colored in different types of colors.
Yeah.
That like makes it stand out, you know, it
Mhm.
makes it unique somehow. And I know, I feel like both of us kind of look for that element of
Uniqueness.
uniqueness, like something that would actually identify that building,
Mhm.
and like a thing that actually speaks from the architect,
Yeah.
that reflects on the building.
For example, like the Rogers building in Toronto, we have like that's a unique building. Yeah, would you just consider that unique, like compared to the other building that we have in the city?
Rogers, which
Like, do you know which one I'm talking about?
Uh,
The big Rogers one.
Yeah. I know.
The
I think
green
it's
one.
like
the one that's really
The
close.
stadium.
yeah.
Yes.
No, not the stadium.
Not the stadium
No.
one.
It has like a
Yeah,
like a
it's-
chapel looking like I don't know.
Yeah,
It
it's
basically
right
has like a
next to-
tower.
Right next to the building that we looked at, like right there.
Just
Yeah.
open
No,
an image.
it's,
Just open an image.
Yeah. I'll just open the image.
Yeah.
If I got you right, it's like, I don't know, it's a little old.
Yeah, this
looking.
one, yeah.
Yeah. Like for example,
I'm not
like
sure.
that's this one. No, it's this one basically. It's this. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like this is. Would you consider this unique? As from architecture.
It's different.
Yeah, I don't like it. That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
that's unique, but like there's also like layers to unique. I think like if
Yeah.
you can add that as an architect, like from the because like they're unique stuff, but like they're like disgusting. Like some of
Yeah.
them, you know, like
Yeah.
like what's the main factor that differs? Do you think a good architect and a great architect? What's that? Do you think?
You wanna jump on that?
No, man, that's such a subjective question, man.
Yeah,
We're asking for your
your opinions.
Even for me, like, it's such an... I don't know, I like to hold my opinions off because, like, as an art or as an aspiring architect, I understand that it's a craft, right? And it's an expression,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, for instance, if Ali was to produce something that would be the manifestation of his expression,
Yes.
that's his building. Now, he's a craftsman, I aspire to be a craftsman. For me to come and look at Ali's building and be like, hey man, that's ugly as shit. You know what I mean? Like, sure, yeah, I have my opinions, but that doesn't change the fact that it's his expression and it has a weight on its own, you know? So with that, I just appreciate things for what they are. I appreciate some more than others. I definitely appreciate like things that people have taken the time and dedicated some effort and thought into, and it usually comes off. Usually, like good design buildings don't need to prove themselves to you. They don't need to be seen or visible. They just make you feel a certain way. There's a different atmosphere that it encompasses, and you get to feel it. You get to see it. Some buildings are inspiring. You know, there's a difference between being a ditch and being in the Toronto Library, for instance. Such a beautiful building.
Yeah.
Right?
By the way, about that, I feel like if you look at the building and then see all the process, all the hard work that went in to all of that, like either you like it or not, you appreciate it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And that's like a key element that we're pretty much learning the hard way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And what do you think, Boran?
Like, if a building looks good on the outside, for me it's a good building. Like, I don't know much of the depth, but like, if I don't like a building, I usually think that if that building is built based on functionality, so they didn't think of the aesthetic way. So like, I don't have an opinion on those kinds of buildings.
Okay, I see. So like, that's a good topic actually. Like, which one would you guys say is a better building, right? Like, a functional building where like people can, you know, like live a better life inside, or a more aesthetic looking building.
Like for like comparison, like would you give like CN Tower to basically?
I would say like I don't know, bro. Like comparison, because like I don't know much like more like modern buildings in Toronto, because like the Toronto, I mean, we can look outside and see, you know, like, okay, let's say like, do you guys know the Gooderham building?
I don't.
Okay, wait, I'll show you guys. You guys probably will understand which building I'm
I
talking
know this
about.
one. Yeah.
Yes, I know.
It's like,
That's very unique.
yeah, there's also like a building like that in New York as well. It's like V-shaped.
It's being sold right now.
It's being sold?
Yeah, 240 million, 240 billion, something like
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, Jesus.
Damn.
But it's like a historic masterpiece for Toronto. So like, would you guys say this is not a functional house, isn't it? It's just more
Aesthetic.
yeah. But like a more functional building would be like, I don't know, like RBC's building. You know what I mean?
Like I think it goes back to their like argument. Like both of them have their own purpose. Like that has its own purpose from a historical context perspective. How like it's historical, right? Like,
Yeah.
And that gives the culture and basically the art perspective to the city. And like the RBC is basically the RBC building, or like the TD building, or the KPMG, for example. All of those bank buildings are like basic, like similar structures, skyscrapers. Like, of course, like they're probably like more modern, but like I don't know, choosing like which one is better, that could be difficult because that's subjective, as they stated. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
No, but even it's not a matter of good or bad. It's just a matter of allowing a city to have a diversity of architecture, right? Like if we believe that one man's treasure is another man's trash, then some people are very happy to live in the Flatiron building.
Yeah.
You know, some people aren't. It's like there's this thing in architecture. It's called regional urbanism, where some towns, historical towns in Europe, if you were to go there and build something different from the town, they would ask you to tear it down. You know, they'd ask you to you know, this is a town, we have a tradition, this is how you build. These are the materials that you're allowed, and these are the colors that you have to abide by, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So I understand where they're coming from, because that's the way of life specific to that geography. But perks of living in a city is like, okay, if you're not building a skyscraper that is impeding on somebody else, there are some factors to take into consideration. You can build whatever you like. You know, no one has ever said that, hey, this building is ugly, I'm not going to live in it.
Yeah,
of course. Which city do you think has the most diversity from an architectural design perspective, like around the world, like different types of buildings and that we can see in basically the city? Would you name any?
That's tough. I don't know, but like I only have experience of like the cities where I've like spent like actual long time, and like so I pretty much compare Toronto and Istanbul all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's about the culture too, I guess.
That plays a big part.
Yeah, and like the Turkish culture we have in Istanbul, it's like pretty much set from the previous times, and like it's still going on, the same historic buildings, mosques and all that. But here, like, there's no set specific culture.
Yeah.
That's the idea. There's so many different people coming from abroad, from different countries.
Yeah.
And they all have like different
backgrounds,
architectural thoughts, designs or whatever. But there's like pretty much like specific rules and laws that the building, what's it called? Canadian building something.
Yeah, the code.
The code. So like at some extent they all have to obey the code and be pretty much similar at some points. But at the same time it's different cultures, different buildings, different priorities, different designs. It's totally up to the single building and the architect, I guess.
I see.
I don't know, that's like, it's hard to generalize such a thing, so I can't really give like a solid answer to you guys.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I would say like, you say like there's a code in Europe where like all of the buildings look alike, right? I like that kind of, you know, like atmosphere, because like when you go to like Amsterdam, for example, like all of their buildings look so similar that like, I don't know, it's just basically like gives like a vibe where like
a pattern.
Yeah. I like that pattern. I don't know, like I just like,
especially in Europe. That's
like
that's why it's so hot throughout the history, like.
Yeah.
I think you talk about Amsterdam. They're very homogeneous in terms of their overall form, but they are very unique, distinguishing characters that if you look closely enough, they're very distinct. You know, it's like they all like if architecture was a language, they all speak the same language but different accents.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's one and the same but a little different. Like this, you know those row houses, those vertical homes.
Yeah.
Some of them, the windows will actually be a little crooked.
Yeah.
So you'll see like a continuity of windows side by side, and one of them is leaning sideways, like just playing on the rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like they embrace their tradition, but they also express their individuality through each tiny, like small details. The door handle is gonna be different. You know, the lighting is gonna be different. So there are definitely variations there.
I mean, as architectures, you guys will probably look at those specific stuff. But like, I don't know, when I walk through a you know, like
as a tourist.
Yeah, as a tourist, like I don't see those differences. You know what I mean?
It's actually, this is very interesting. If it's alright with you, this could be a learning opportunity to delve into this for us. You know, like what if we turn the tables on you guys and ask, like from you guys who experience architecture, and from us as aspiring architects, where can we meet in the middle? You know, like let's assume you're the client, we're your like designers. How can we bridge the gap?
For start with, like, are we talking about like a home, for example, an ideal home? Is that
let's start there?
Okay.
Let's go.
Like, I like more like modern stuff actually. Like, I'm more into like high technology houses, like smart homes, and I like basically. I don't like the usage of many colors. I like to keep it more simplistic, like black or white or gray, like more simple colors. And like I would appreciate like a large garden, but I don't think that's architecture. When you think about that, landscape architecture. And besides that, what, like, I'm more focused on the usable area that I can use. That's why basically not having a lot of dents or like, yani, what do I say that? Yani giriş çıkış, what do I?
Entrance?
No, entrance. Hayır, gidikler, hani, anladın mı, evin içinde?
Oh, I don't know, bro. You should ask.
You don't like congestion. You like open spaces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a solid.
I don't speak Turkish, just
I know.
language.
Yeah, like that.
I know this guy. This guy wants a place where he wants to be comfortable.
Yes.
And then, like,
right.
at the same time, if he's in the mood, he's going to be serious.
Yes.
Like a place you feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
You.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cenk, what do you say?
I mean, like, for me, I like old buildings.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I like the building like Casa Loma, the exterior, the castle. Like, the looks of the outside looks pretty good. That's what I would have, like, what I would have in my mind as a desired home. Like, the inside could be modern, but like, I don't want it to have like a building where like the outside looks old but like the inside looks modern, right? I should just I would like to stick to just one of them, and that would be like the old scenery kind of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, like having like a fireplace in your home. I don't know, like,
that's a nice touch.
yeah, like a place where you can just read books, a library, you know, like a fireplace and a library. I don't know, like a American type of kitchen. So like the kitchen and the living room. No, the kitchen and the living room is like integrated to each other. You know what I mean?
Do you like that?
Yeah. Like even in our home in Istanbul, you've seen it, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is like that because like all of our family likes that type of what do you guys say, like design?
Yeah, design.
Yeah.
That's like a really good example of function, because like it brings so much ease to you.
Yeah.
Because like, I assume this happens in all of the families. Sometimes we just eat in the living room, watching TV, and you have to like pick up all the stuff from the kitchen and carry it to the living room. And when it's connected, it's just so much easier. And that's like a point where you actually see that the architect thought about this. Thought about your comfort.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I like that type of scenery where like also for the color I also agree with Khan, because like I don't like colors where like it's just so bright that when you look at it it's just like, you know, shining your eyes and all of that. I don't like that stuff. I like it like, I don't know, like black or brown. I don't know, like that would be like a desired home for me, where like I could just, I don't know, like drink my coffee, read my newspaper in the library room or whatever with my fireplace on, have like rugs that looks like animals, but like it would be fake, of course, you know what I mean? Yeah, but I like those kind of buildings, I would say.
Boran, do you have anything?
Yeah, like I like the aesthetic of all buildings, but like I want the comfort of like high technology buildings. So like I should like sit on a couch and like I should have some like old paintings, but like with the click of a button, like all the curtains should go up. Like that's the ideal case.
Okay, so like you say the outside should look like old and the inside would be more modern.
Yeah. Because like that way, like I can be aesthetically pleased and comfortable at the same time.
Okay, yeah, I get you. I get your point. Yeah. So I don't know, like, which kind of a building would be more hard to build? What do you guys think?
Or hard to design.
Or yeah, how hard to design?
It's not really about hard or easy. Like what I heard from you guys is just a diversity of preferences. None of you guys are alike. Everyone is unique, and that's you have like a certain criteria of what's good and bad. So for Ali and I, as aspiring architects, what we're listening isn't what you want. I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's like, how can we help you achieve that? And how we can help you achieve that is just by what you envision. We can make it better.
Okay.
And we can facilitate that, because essentially what it is, most people don't really know what goes in a design process. Like what it takes to facilitate an experience, because that's what you want. Like so many times I can take people to a picture perfect magazine home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But you will never be comfortable there. Okay. It's like when you walk into a very fancy Airbnb setting. It looks amazing. But when you're in there, not very comfortable, not very homey. So a lot of people don't realize this. Those sleek counters with like nothing but one expensive kettle. No one can maintain that lifestyle. It's only picturesque. You see it in a Bond film, but Bond never lives at home, does it? Do you know what I mean? So a lot of these things, a lot of people have, they struggle with. It's like, can I live aesthetically or can I live comfortably? And to balance those two things, I can, like an architect's job, in my opinion, is to provide a comfortable experience, a comfortable lived experience, while having the best possible outcomes in terms of aesthetic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair point that architects can present to everybody.
So you have to somehow meet in the middle, right?
Right, yeah.
Because it's not like one or another. You have to
compromise.
Yeah,
like
of course.
You have to think about every
Aspect.
visual element, every aspect.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make the best out of it, I guess.
Yeah. So we stood on the architecture more, but like I want also like how engineering works and like what do you want to do as like an engineer? You know, like what do you want to create? You're a mechanical engineer, right?
Industrial.
Yeah. So like, what do you want to do as an industrial engineer? Like, what are your goals?
I love this story. I heard this before.
So like, I like the basic thing that I want to do is like have like consulting or like a problem solving. I don't want to say like an app, but like a model, I guess. Like, which could like solve any problem that like any organization has in like a single model. Like, it will just give me like I will just give the model like what I want, and
is that like ChatGPT basically?
No,
more advanced.
Yeah, like
more advanced, of course, more advanced.
Like a single software would be able to like solve all the problems, and I want to sell the software and like make bank.
Okay,
yeah,
I see.
That's like main goal, the final destination.
Yeah. So like, you basically want to create. Wait, is it called an algorithm? Because like you said that when you put in a like problem, it just
more like an AI, I think.
More like AI.
Like, I don't know how I can specify that. Like it's
basically a
giant algorithm, I guess.
Okay.
Giant algorithm which incorporates some AI functions inside of it. So
okay, so like part of algorithms combined, you mean?
Yeah, like I still have like at least 20 years to develop that. So
yeah.
Like there's a lot of parts that need to be added. So, like,
I see. But like, is there like an example currently?
No, that's the whole point that he's trying to achieve.
Like there's a software called Groby right now. Like you have to code like everything inside of it for like every single problem.
Yeah.
Like I want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Like, do you need to code it basically?
Yeah.
You just want like, I have this problem, just type it and just gives a solution, right?
That's what I do. Yeah.
I see.
Okay, yeah. So it should also be like self-sustained and all of that. You know, learns from its. I don't know.
It doesn't make mistakes though. That's the whole situation.
Yeah,
like,
because like it solves problems.
It solves problems.
Yeah. That's insane.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's
goal.
the main goal, yeah.
Yo, what is the cat doing, bro?
Whenever he has
It's like
to,
solve this problem.
whenever he has to take a shit, he just starts scratching all around the place.
Yeah.
just watch him. He's gonna go to the bathroom in a while.
Bro, that looks funny, bro. Not gonna lie. Yeah.
It's
I don't
an
know.
announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like a warning. Like I'm going to shit.
You prepared, yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, like, do you guys have any topics to talk about? Like,
That you're interested in, that you want to add.
You guys want to see my paintings? I can show you.
Of course.
yeah, you can
of
just like
course.
point it to the camera. And
Let's
we
give
can-
it to Ali, if that will be feasible.
Alright, so here's like a work in progress, I guess. And this is, I don't know, so in my work,
Ali, are you going to sell these?
well, that's the aim, that's the aim.
Ali,
Once it's done,
I'm there.
I'm
You know, I've been waiting for 1 year for
yeah,
this.
perfect.
Bro, you have a lot of customers right now.
Bro,
you know
these
what
are
I mean?
great.
Dude, the thing is, I need
Free
time-
advertisement.
I need time to make these, that's the thing.
Bro, that's beautiful.
Thank you. But yeah, so in my work, I pretty much try to reflect on my childhood.
Mhm.
Like, I'm having this really busy and growing up life at the moment, and I just want to take a little break and reflect on my childhood and just think about the cartoons that I watched, the stuff that I felt during when I was a kid and all.
Yeah.
So that's why I do like these stuff, and yeah, this is what I'm working on. I did like a few in Istanbul when I had the time. Then this one, this one was for like a class that I had,
Mhm.
and I learned to yet again reflect on my life. Yeah, you're the diptych.
It's a diptych, so they
It's a
talk about.
diptych.
Yeah.
So you gotta observe them side by side. This one's more like the comfortable setting that I have,
Okay.
and this one's the more chaotic and more
Okay.
tiring life.
I see.
Yeah,
So
it's
it basically like I don't know if this is the right word, but like these are basically like the embodiment of what you went through in life.
Exactly.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole point of art, man. Like to reflect what you've been through, to reflect what you're feeling now.
Yeah.
Like at least that's what I'm learning by doing these and exploring with different techniques, different ideas,
Mhm.
and at the same time, like reflecting on your own life. It's like writing a journal, you know. It
Yeah.
makes you feel more comfortable, more in control in your life,
Yeah.
and you be aware of those stuff.
Yeah.
So it's almost like therapy somehow.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
And what about you, Boran?
Actually, I don't have any additional topics to talk about.
Okay,
now,
I see. And
He's really into art too, though.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I also
Like,
didn't
not
know
like
that.
making it, but
Yeah,
like,
like-
he has the eye. He knows, like he likes good stuff.
Yeah, like I enjoy art, but like I can't produce art. So
Yeah.
Okay.
like I've been trying to follow some of the new trends. Like I've been trying to go to museums whenever I can, like to like, art galleries. But that's basically it.
I know that you went to Art Gallery of Ontario with Ali. How was that? How was that experience?
It was actually really good because like in the Art Gallery of Ontario, there are a lot of different kinds of themes that are portrayed inside, and like you can enjoy anything to your liking. Like if you like, let's say like type A,
Yeah.
you can find type A there. If you like type C, you can find type C.
Okay.
So like
Yeah,
it's a good place, yeah.
There's like a couple of exhibitions happening at the same time
Mhm.
sometimes, and that's like I don't know, really different stuff happening at each different exhibition.
Yeah.
That's great, man. I never been there. I really want to go one time.
You
Like,
should, man. We've been there like a couple of
Yeah, I
times.
think like
already.
two or
Yeah.
3 times, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want to go there, you know, like because I've never been there.
fourth time, let's go together.
Yeah.
Yeah, fourth.
There's a Keith Haring exhibition coming up in the Art Gallery of Ontario.
Yeah, when?
I forgot, but like that one really got me hyped up so much.
Yeah?
I'm definitely getting something from the gift shop.
Zaid, do you want to add anything, or we're going to close the show if you don't have any topics to add, basically?
No much.
Okay.
Pleasure.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Thank you guys for coming
you.
up, like joining us in this chat, like for the last 1.5 hours. It was fun. It was great. If you watched till here, thank you for giving us your time, and just smash the like and subscribe.
Smash that button.
Yeah. And if you're interested in Ali's art, we'll also put the link to his Instagram down below.
In the description.
And
And also about the Apple Podcasts and Amazon.
Yeah, it's like all of Amazon. Amazon Music, Samsung Music, Apple Podcast, RSS.com. All of them are in the down below in the link. You can just like listen to the audio version if you don't
have the time to watch it.
Yeah, have the time to watch it. That's it. We'll see you guys in the next one on Thursday. Take care.